Today we will be discussing something which is of importance to one and all in the society. We are in a session of library and information science. I am with you. I am Jaideep Sharma from School of Social Sciences, Indira Gandhi National Open University. The title of the talk today is Role of Library in Society. This discussion that we are going to hold today is particularly of interest to the Bachelors of Library Information Science students, though anyone interested in library would find it interesting. A student of certificate course in library information science or a diploma in library information science or even a master's degree student in library information science, I think would really be benefited with the discussion that we'll have today. You know, library and information science is a subject, is a discipline that is interdisciplinary in nature. So, not only of use to library information science students, to anyone interested in library would find it interesting. In a program of library information science, there is a course that talks of libraries and society. We have different names for this course: library and society, library and information society, foundations of library information science. So, anyone pursuing this particular course would find this discussion today interesting. So, what we are going to talk about today is how are libraries connected to society. We will talk about the definition of a library, the concept of library, the different types of libraries to some limited extent. Then we will also talk of how libraries are connected to society. We will talk in brief about the society, about the changing society, about the changing concept of the society. So, this is all what we intend to talk to you in the session today. Now, let us begin with the definitions of a library. I believe all of you have used a library, all of you have visited a library, and you would have really seen that there is no institution where you do not find a library. Your school, your college, your university, if you are working in an office, your office too has a library. A researcher has a library in a research and development institution. Think of some other institutions. A ship has a library. A resident welfare association establishes a library for the children, for the citizens, for the old aged persons. You have a library in a prison also. So, I have given you examples from far and wide places, institutions in the society where you find a library. So, such is the importance of a library. You think of an institution, you think of an organization, you find library is an important part of the institution. Now, if we talk of definition of a library, it is a place where one finds books and other sources of information meant for use. I stress it is meant for use. You may have places where you find books and other sources of information, but not necessarily meant for use. So, this is the buzzword, that when you say a library, it is basically a place which stores sources of information, and the stress is they are for use. There are laws of library information science which have been given by the father of library science in India, Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, where he says books are for use. So, when we define a library, we take this from there, that these books in the library are meant for use. While defining library, we say that these sources of information which are there in a library, they are for reference or reading or even for borrowing. So, when you go to the library, you sit there, you use these books, you read these books, you refer to these books, you may even take these for loan outside to your workplace or your home. A characteristic of library is that it provides access to an organized collection of sources of knowledge and information. Again, I would like to caution you that it is an organized collection of information sources. You find books otherwise also, at places, but they may not be organized, and a library tries to organize those information sources to the maximum extent possible, because we say these are meant for use. If these are not organized, one will not be able to use it. You know, organized is a relative term. The degree of organization varies, but a library tries to organize the collection to the maximum extent possible. It facilitates the use. So for facilitating, it has to be well organized. One need not to spend efforts. One need not worry and bother. One need not be spending too much time to lay hands on one's sources of information. I have already said it is attached to an institution to which it is a part. It may be an educational institution, it may be any other institution. You know, one of the most important parts of our society, the public library. It is I mentioned you the sources, I mentioned to you the institutions, but public library is one library which, irrespective of the person, irrespective of the caste, creed or gender of the person, it exists there to serve the person. Because when you talk of a school library, it is for school children. You talk of some other type of library, there are certain limitations. But in a public library, it is for one and all. Now, I would like you to just do some small activity. Because this really helps us, our learning would be better, because if you do this activity, you will be able to really realize what I am saying, you will be able to appreciate what I am saying. I would request you all, you jot down some institutions, agencies other than a library which have collection of books and sources of information. You know, a bookshop has it. Similarly, you will see that there are institutions which deal with information, which deal with books, which are different from a library. So just by jotting down these institutions and agencies, you will be able to realize how library is different from them. You also try to describe the collections of a library that is organized, because you would realize, yes, organization makes a difference. If it is not organized, if it is less organized, if it is really organized the way it should be, you will be able to describe the collection of a library. Mention, if you can mention, any library which is not attached to an institution. I think that will help me out, because I said a library is attached to an institution. See if you can think of an example where you know a library which is not attached to an institution. Let us move further. What is the need for a library? Why do we need libraries? Can we survive without libraries? Can we really make out without libraries? You will say, no, we cannot. Because we can have personal books, we can have personal libraries, we can acquire books, we can buy books, we can borrow books from here and there. Then why do we need a library? But then you will say, no, it's not possible. There are large number of books, sources of information. I belong to a particular discipline. I am doing some particular work. I am studying, I am teaching, I am researching. I can never say that I can manage all the books, all the sources of information that I need. It would be difficult for me. Therefore, I say, yes, I need a library. There are books, sources of information which are always increasing in number. This is something which we all see around us. Every day we get a newspaper. That is one source of information. It keeps changing day by day. Magazines, books in our subject. You would realize that your own specialization, if you try to recollect how often books keep coming, getting published, we are not limiting ourselves to print sources of information. We know that e-source is one of the most prominent source of information today. And you see how it keeps increasing, the internet, the web. Now, can you think of an institution which really serves us as far as these needs and requirements are concerned, and if it really is there, it's really a benefit to the society. Now, even if we are able to manage ourselves personally, let us for a moment suppose yes, we do not need a library. Let us just think, is it possible? You say, I have the resources, I have the money, in spite of the fact that we know that how costly are these books these days for an individual to afford. These are not generally priced in our own currency, they may be priced in currency of the developed world, might be very difficult for us to acquire. Okay, fine, I am able to manage that, but then I do not know the channels of their availability. You know, publishing, marketing, the trade of these book trade, this is a highly specialized trade. One may not be able to always acquire, one may not always be able to really know. So that becomes another difficulty that is there. Okay, fine, I know that also, but then how do I store them? Storing also is a problem. And particularly if I think for myself alone, personally these are less a problem. But when you think of the society, when you think of doing it for a group of people, a different type of people, you can very well realize how difficult it becomes. Therefore, we need a library. I think this would help us to realize why a library is needed in the society. To reinforce what we are saying, I would like you again to be associated with an activity. Try to find out the number of books in a subject or topic of your own choice. Just think of a narrow topic, just as per your choice. Just jot it down on a piece of paper. Try to find out the number of books available in that small area of your choice. You will realize how many books are there, how it is increasing. You will realize that it's not possible for me to really note down, to be as exhaustive as possible. So this helps us to reinforce, yes, the idea that library is needed. Try to find out the rate at which the number of these books is increasing. You will again appreciate, yes, they say that it is exploding, and you will see, yes, it is very fast increasing. Also try to find out the channels of availability of these sources of information, books. Do you get these through your normal book vendors? You need some specialized agencies, you have to acquire them from the government agencies. So you will try to find out, and you will see, yes, there are, these agencies are far and wide, they are of different types. It's not easy, this is not just one type of agency. So again, this I have asked you to do, to see, yes, what I said is really true or not. Continuing our discussion further for the needs for a library, I said individuals may have their own books, but they may manage any number of books, they may afford, but then organizing them is difficult. To really know that, to experience that, you try to do it for you. In case you have limited number of books with you, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, then organizing is not a difficulty. But in case it increases, it goes in hundreds, you will realize organizing becomes difficult. And you think of a library, you think of an institution that serves number of different type of users, which runs into hundreds, thousands, then you will realize how difficult it is to organize them. But then the library does it for you. Next aspect is, these libraries are not for users only for today. They take care of the needs for users for tomorrow also. So once acquired, the books are acquired in a library, they have to be maintained, they have to be preserved for future generations. Who does it? Can I do it for myself? It's difficult. You need a person who specializes in that. There are archives, there are museums, but libraries also do that, because they have to preserve these collections. This is the history, this is the cultural history, this is the knowledge of the generation, of the society. Therefore it has to be maintained and preserved, and this is done by a library, cannot be done by individuals. So this again reinforces the idea, yes, we need a library. Again, I would request you to do some small activities. You try to see how you can organize the books that you have. You may try to do it by class in which you studied. You may try to do it in different ways. If you want these collection of books to look aesthetically good, you may like to arrange this by size, by color, or different ways. So try to do it for yourself, and then you try to answer this question, what is the best way to organize the books? You will find there are different ways, and one of these ways would be best in a particular situation, may not be good in another situation. What are the problems in preserving and maintaining the books or sources of information that you possess? These may not always be print books, these may be electronic books, these may be different types of sources of information. We have maps also at home. You will find that preserving and maintaining is a problem. You have done it for yourself. Now try to visit a library and try to find out some very old books. See how they preserve them. Try to see how old these books are. Maybe some of the books are centuries old. They may be very old, and you will see that when you see such books in a library, they have a archives section. They have a closed section. They may not like everyone to handle such books. So you will realize how difficult it is, how they make it a separate operation, a separate procedure to maintain and manage such books. Now let us go further and see the need for a library in different sectors of the society, because to extend this discussion further regarding the need for library, immediately what comes to our mind is library in education sector. That is one of the most important sectors in which you need a library. You cannot think of an educational institution without a library. In fact, all sectors it is important, but since we start when we come to this world, the first thing that we are introduced to is we are educated, and formal education, though informal education starts at home, there also we are introduced to the concept of a library. May not be in terms of print books, may not be in terms of recorded knowledge, it may be verbal knowledge, it may be knowledge that we learn by saying, by hearing, by observing, by seeing, but in different ways, but then in education it is most important. Now can you think of teaching and learning without a library? It takes place in the classroom, but classroom outside the classroom is nothing but the library, by your laboratory, your playground. But then library is an important sector, is an important part of the educational institution which acts like a classroom outside the classroom. Students need it for learning, teachers need it for teaching, parents too need it to give support to their children. So it is needed in education. Moving further, for educational institutions, research is also a very important component of educational institutions. Though research institutions are there, but in educational institutions also the research takes place continuously, and it is this sector that really requires a library to the maximum extent. You know, research is time bound. Research depends on literature. It starts with literature, it ends up in literature. And who provides this literature support to a researcher? It is the library, it is a librarian, it is a library information science professional. In fact, in research teams, librarian forms a very important part of research team. So in research, the researcher is fed with literature, is fed with the latest developments in his field, and who does it? It is a library that does it. So it is a library that tells the researcher what all has already been done, what is the gap in literature, and what are the areas ripe for research. So it is here that library plays an important role. Now let us move further in the society. We all know that their professionals play a very important part in our society. Let us name some of the professionals: doctors, lawyers, engineers. Do they need library? If you ever visit a doctor or a lawyer, you always find at the back of the doctor or lawyer a collection of books. They depend on literature. You know, when you define a profession as a profession, something which is very important as a characteristic of a profession is it keeps changing. A profession cannot survive if it doesn't move forward, if it doesn't really research, and they are heavily dependent on literature. They have their own personal libraries, but as we have discussed earlier, no one can really survive and thrive on personal library. It is here again that the library plays an important role. It keeps them informed what new is happening, what new research is taking place in their field, whether it is law or it is medicine or it is any other profession, engineering, or it is any other profession. So again, it is needed by professional also. In decision making, you know that decision making is always taking place on information. You make a decision, but then for that you need information, you need correct information, you need appropriate information, you need timely information, you need exhaustive information. So whether it is research, whether it is policy making, whether it is public administration, it is governance, decision making is very important. You need information. It is a part of our life. You think of your own personal life. If your decision is not an informed decision, you may take a wrong decision, you will suffer heavily, and it is the library which provides your food for thought, literature for it. Even they may provide you pinpointed information that helps you to take a decision. So again, it is at the level of the individual, at the level of the institution, at the level of the nation that you need to take a decision, and it has to be an informed decision. Therefore, library is required there also. So right information, relevant information, timely information, pinpointed information, customized information, customized as per your needs. You know, information, raw information may not be as useful as processed information. Similarly, packaged information, repackaged information, processed information. The more it is processed as per the needs of the users, who does it? The library does it. So the library provides you information as per your needs, as per your requirements, irrespective of the source. It may be from print sources, it may be from digital sources, and it is the dosage of information is very important, as you see otherwise also in terms of other areas of life. Similarly for information also it is true. Now moving further, what is the purpose of a library? With the discussion that has taken place till now, I think you can very well say, yes, you are very right, it is to satisfy the information needs of the different cross sections of the society. We have just discussed the different cross sections. Not only when they ask you, it is not that when they come to the library and ask it, before that also proactively to disseminate information to those who require, and you see that the library does it to provide a common place to the society for reading and exchanging information. So not only serving them with their information needs, as a place also, as a physical environment that the library provides. It may be for quiet reading, it may be for discussion amongst people. The library is the place. It is this purpose also that library satisfies, to understand the information needs of the people and satisfy them. So not only you have to go and ask for it, the library really does efforts. It tries to understand what may be needed by you, what may be required by you before you ask them. They do that study, they try to find out, and they serve you beforehand. That is another purpose. As we said that the library exists for posterity, not only for the generations today, but for future generations also. So it preserves that information for future generations. It provides a platform to the society to use and understand different media in which information is available. Now, the importance of a library. It exists to strengthen academic and research performance. It brings readers and sources of information into contact with each other. It provides free access to information because it is a non-profit organization. It does not exist to really for any profit. It does not earn a profit. It is a gateway to sources of information. It provides awareness to information existing in the areas of interest of people. It provides a platform for community exchange of ideas and information. So now you can very well realize and also appreciate that yes, library is required in the society. So what we have discussed today, we have talked of the definitions of a library, very simple definitions of a library in common words, as far as the common understanding of people goes. We have also talked of why the library exists, is it really needed or not, and we have also seen the need of library in different cross sections of the society, starting from the educational sector. We have talked of this for the importance, the need of library for professionals also, and we have seen that it really serves them, it is required. We have also talked of the importance of a library. So I think that till now whatever we have discussed, we reach a conclusion, yes, library is the heart of an institution. An institution cannot survive without a library. Library exists to serve their information needs. We want some information, we go to the library, ask for it. We may not go to the library, we may not feel the need for it, but the library comes forward and says, yes, this may be of interest to you. It may be something which is current, it may be something which is not current, we would have missed it. I may need it for teaching, I may need it for learning. So it is an important cross section of this society, and we cannot exist without a library in the society. Thank you, readers, thank you, viewers. I think this would really help you to know further, and we will continue our discussion further later on also in our future sessions. Thank you.